Oh my god. The clowns are fucking back. And Nico is there. And like I said, these past couple chapters have been the calm before the storm. And this chapter just sets up the shitstorm coming. Like, the shitstorm is coming full force. The forecast has been announced, and it's coming straight for Heise, or Sasaki. It's coming straight for him. It's going to smack him right in the face, and it's going to kill him. The fucked up part is Kaneki doesn't even know. Not even white-haired Kaneki or Centipede-chan even knows about the clowns. And to see how Nico is there, even if he got his memories back, let's say even Kaneki got his memories back, that right there, he's going, oh my god. That one panel, the fucking one panel alone, that girl made, when she puts her hands like this, and you see that smile, oh, that Joker clown smile, oh, fuck. And they're like, oh, what if we kill Heise and bring back the white-haired Kaneki? And I'm like, you dicks, you're dragging Kaneki back into that tragedy. I'm like, don't play this shit with me. Like, we know how messed up Ishida is. We know how he is. Like, he loves his foreshadowing. He loves the tragedy smothered all around Kaneki. He loves smearing that shit all on Kaneki to where he's in tragedy all the time. And when I saw that dialogue in this chapter, my fucking inner rage is built up because the hell Kaneki went through majority, or actually the entirety of part 1 of Tokyo Ghoul, and still to this day of the series, is because of them. Because of what they did to Rize and what they did to him. And if it wasn't for them, he wouldn't be like how he is now. He'd be a regular human boy. Pretty much. He'd be kind of depressed or lonely, but still, he would still not be in this tragedy that he's been put in for majority of this time. And to see how these bastards are back in this chapter, I'm like, shit is going down. It is about to hit the fan. Shit is about to hit the fan. It's coming through the windows. It's coming from everywhere. Because not even the comedy light tones can make this chapter not dark. Like, this was a fucking dark chapter. Straight up. Because this, I think, is going to be one of the last happy-go-lucky chapters we will get for quite a long while. Because for the clowns to finally be back or being drugged back into the story by Ishida, that means stuff is about to progress. Kaneki is about to get his memories back, or some form of it, or a fragment of his memories. Let me explain. As I've said a while back, about 7, maybe 8, maybe even longer than that, weeks ago, I did a Fury video on Kaneki's personalities. For instance, he has a new persona, Heise, Sasaki. He has, Centipede-kun. He has his white-haired Kaneki. He has his normal human mode Kaneki. And so, pretty much, he has all these mixed-up personalities. And with Clown being back, Nico being back, and all that shit, and they're wanting to bring back the tragedy of the white-haired Kaneki in this volume, what's to say is we might not get another fragment of Kaneki. For instance, he might get a new personality, or maybe some of his personalities might mix or something. I don't fucking know, but the thing is that we do know Kaneki's not 100% happy because of his, his lie he did with his chin multiple chapters back. But at the very least, this is one of the best times he's probably ever experienced in quite a long time, in years. Because he actually has people he can talk with, he has people he can cherish his time with, he pretty much has a family now. Arima and, Akira, he pretty much has a family, kind of. Even though it's depressing and it's tragic in of itself, he still has a family. He's starting to get a family. At the very least, brothers and sisters, Musuki, Shirazu, Ure, Saiko, just all of them. They all are kind of like, his brothers and sisters. And with Clown coming in, knowing how Ishida loves his dark shit, he might kill them off. He might kill one of them off. And if I see that shit, I want to be, I'll be, Here's the thing. The death flags to Heise Sasaki has been raised. The death flags are there. It's obvious. They've been there for quite a little bit, but with this chapter, it's obvious. It was said like 3 or 4 times in this chapter that Heise Kaneki is probably going to die, because you have it to where you have a conversation of Shirazu and Sasaki or Kaneki talking in this chapter, and talking about, what will you do if you gain your memories back, Kaneki? And he says, like, oh, I won't quit becoming, a Ghoul investigator. Like, I won't quit CCG or anything. But pretty much in that essence, you saw Kaneki kind of doubting himself, like, what would happen? Like, you know, what would happen if Heise was to die? Would he remember his friends, or his family, or his new family? Would he remember them? That was what's something he was actually questioning himself when he was thinking in his mind in this chapter. And that brings up an entirely different level. We know for a fact probably Kaneki's brain is fucked up, because the brain damage he got from Arima when he got stabbed in the head, he might have some form of long-lasting trauma. Not just because of his, you know, psychological state, but he might have some really bad repercussions because of that. And which in turn could lead it, if he goes into his white-haired Kaneki mode or something, he might completely forget everything that's happened in these past couple of years. For instance, what if he got his memories back? Let's say he goes back to the time before he, you know, got stabbed in the head by Arima. What if he got all those memories back, but he forgot everything that is presently happened while he's been Heise? Like, stuff like that does happen. I have seen stuff like that happen. Since Kaneki does have split personalities, we know he does, multiple. It's possible each of these different personalities might have different memories. And I wonder if Ishida is going to pull something like this. Because what if Sasaki has his, like, own memories now? Like, with this entire tragic event of him forgetting everything, what if, you know, Kaneki will be switching back and forth between Sasaki and Kaneki, back and forth, different personas, and he has, like, different memories to each individual side of himself? That would be a very fucked up way to progress the series, but it'll also add another layer of depth to Kaneki's character if that does happen. But the thing was, okay, with the clowns being back, we know how they are. We know how they love fucking shit up. We know it, okay? They set up pretty much the entirety of Tokyo Ghoul. If it wasn't for them, Tokyo Ghoul would not have happened. That's the straight up point. They are the main masterminds. They're the Aizen of this series. And we know they're fine with killing people. They most likely might even try to kill one of Kaneki's, you know, new partners, friends, sister or brothers now, pretty much. Might try to kill one of them to get white-haired Kaneki back. Because what's going to happen when Kaneki sees one of his, you know, friends or something, like someone he really cares about, you know, in this entire group, get slaughtered in front of him, you realize how pissed he is going to be? Like, imagine how pissed he will be if he sees one of his, like, new friends or family members die in front of him. Oh, he is going to fucking freak out. And it's not just that either. We do know Centipede is there. We know for a fact he is. We saw a demonstration of this with, you know, Nishiki a while back. We saw that. Oh, Centipede is there. Slightly. And so it might also turn into something like this. This also could happen. And I have slightly hinted and talked about this before, actually, a while back, too. What if Kaneki, if he goes back into his Centipede mode or whatever, he might kill one of his fellow teammates? That'd be fucked up. Like, what if he kills everybody? Like, all these characters we've grown attached to in these past 13 chapters, Kaneki transforms into Centipede-chan and kills everybody. That'd be something, you know, Clown would try to set up. It would. So, yeah. Chapter, man. Besides the lighthearted tones with, you know, Psycho and Shirazu and their funny outfits, it was a funny chapter, but when you give me something like that in this chapter, that shits on all the lighthearted tones in the chapter. That really does. It shits on all the happy feels of the chapter. There's no denying it. You can't deny it. Because we all know, as readers of Tokyo Ghoul, when Ishida starts adding these dark tones, and especially starting to add the Clown in, we know shit's about to hit the fan hard. Very, 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 very hard. And it's not stopping. There is no brakes on the tragedy train. Not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to seeing exactly what Clown has in mind to do to Kaneki. I really, really hope, this is what I personally hope slightly happens, but I highly doubt it. I hope Kaneki catches on and he stops this. I really do. Or maybe Shu, you know, he might pop up, since we know he has connection to this restaurant and stuff, you know, with Nutcracker and stuff. Maybe Shu might realize Sasaki is Kaneki, and he might, you know, save Kaneki from the clowns. Possibility. Let's just hope. Let's fucking hope. Yeah. Moving past that, besides those dark tones right there, we find out a little bit of characterization on Psycho. Psycho or Cookie-chan, whatever name you want to call her. I like Cookie-chan, because beautiful name. Cookie-chan, pretty much, we find out more about her, and her motivation, and her characterization, and more about her backstory. Like, and for the majority of Tokyo Ghoul, we have seen that she is very lazy. She's a NEET. She's pretty much a fucking CCG NEET. That's what she is, and she can't deny that. But we find out why she slightly is like she is. She's not motivated to really work because she was forced in that situation. And then instantly when I saw that, alarm bells were in my brain when I saw that. I'm like, her situation is very, 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 very similar to Kaneki. Like, very similar. Let me explain. It's different, but similar at the exact same time. The entire parent ordeal with the mother, that, I guess, you know, is not similar. Because the mother was the exact opposite of Kaneki's mother. That would take all the pain upon herself and not, you know, bother her child Kaneki. And the mother of Psycho wanted to actually do anything she could to get more money, so she would actually put her pain on top of her child. And so she was kind of the exact opposite of Kaneki's mother. So the mother was pretty bad too, and she forced Cookie-chan into the situation to where she joined the CCG, and she became a ghoul investigator along with being, you know, half ghoul. So all this shit that happened to her was because of her mother, and she did not ask for it at all. So she was forced in this situation. That explains why she's not motivated. And I mean, the other part on top of that is, every time she makes money, she gets paid, it's going to her mother. It's not really going to her. It mainly goes to her mother for her mother's well-being, and that's also very fucked up. So you gotta feel bad. You really gotta feel bad for her. She's been forced in this situation, and she doesn't, you know, really want to be in that situation. And on top of that, we have it to where all the other, you know, Quinkes, they pretty much don't have any family members at all. They don't. And you have it to where Psycho's the only one that technically has any family members at all. Shirazu's father's dead. Supposedly he said, like, his mother's somewhere out there. Most likely she could be alive. And then we know, you know, the parents of Musuki, dead. Just fucking dead. Kaneki, well, let's not even get into that, because we all know. And so, Urei's also alone. So yeah, everybody's pretty much alone, and they're kind of in a similar situation. So technically, this is why I feel like this group is actually more like a family. And it's going to be very tragic when Clown starts fucking with this. It really will. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Besides the dark tones, getting into the lighthearted tones that really just got shit on, I loved the cosplaying. Oh, Sasako. Oh my god, that was so, oh my god. That's fucking hilarious. I couldn't breathe. When I read that before I got to the clown part, that part was just to die for. Oh my god. I was laughing. I was fucking laughing. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful chapter of Tokyo Ghoul. Shit's starting to go down. How do you feel? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this chapter? Do you feel like, you know, one of the new Quinkes, the new team members, you know, of Kaneki might die? Do you feel like Sasaki might die? Let me know in the comments below. Love you all. You have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.